Hi, I'm Dr. Chad, owner of Better Life Family Chiropractic, and I want to be the first to congratulate you on scheduling the visit for your son or daughter to come and get an evaluation here. So a lot of people get confused about pediatric care and wonder why a kid might need help. Well, there's a lot of reasons to do that. The first one is just wellness, just to make sure that everything's lined up right and that your child is operating at 100% capacity. Just like as soon as your child got teeth, you took them to the dentist to make sure everything was coming in right, and the same reason you keep taking your child back to the dentist every 6 months, because you want to make sure that their teeth come in right, that everything develops properly. Same thing with the spine. That's what I do. I want to make sure that everything's lined up right so that your child develops at an optimal level. So 80% of neurodevelopment happens from conception to age 2. So if you imagine your 2-year-old to from then to you, there's only been 20% neurologic growth in that time. And so it's an astounding time of growth. And so as you will find out, I am a complete neuro geek, and I love to get into the neurology of all that. And that's the biggest part of chiropractic that I love. Most people think about back pain, things like headaches with chiropractic. That's just the tip of the iceberg. Chiropractic is about removing the interference from the nervous system so that the body works properly. And there's no better time than now to get your body working as close to 100% as possible. So common things that we're going to see with kids that we can help with. Bedwetting is a very common one that we can help with. Once you get to an age appropriate time. I've even had kids as old as 18 that I've found out that were bedwetting, and as soon as we got them properly adjusted and corrected, they stopped doing that. And so this is common 5, 6, 7, 8-year-olds. Once it starts getting a little bit old for them to do that. That's a very common one. Another very common one is ear infections. So we see a lot of those. We'll explain that in the office, but typically we're dealing with misalignments up here, a spasm of muscles in here, clamping down on the eustachian tubes, rather than what your ENT docs are doing, drilling holes in the outside of the ears to let things drain here. What we're going to do is help things drain properly the way that they're designed to do. ADHD, that's something that I see a lot of in here, as well as autism. The answer to that, it's a big answer, and that's something we're going to talk about in here, but it comes down to balancing the nervous system. Autonomic nervous system, we have our fight or flight system, the sympathetic, and then we have our parasympathetic, our growth and development side of things. What's happened is that we've gone out of balance with those conditions. Now we're not curing those, but we're removing the stress from the system so those kiddos can function that much better and become ultimately productive members of society, and get their way through school, and we get tremendous results with that. Same thing with sensory integration disorder as well. Constipation is another one that we'll see a lot of with kids. And so kids, they should be pooping every day, just like adults. That's how we're designed to do it. If we're not, there's some sort of interference in the system, and we got to figure out what that is. So what we're doing here is we're going to do a detailed history. We got to go all the way back to birth, see what's happening there, dig in, are there any big falls, things that happen. Most people don't realize, but as a kid is growing, within that first few years of life, it's thousands of falls as they're learning to walk and things like that. Especially if you have an older brother like me, there's a few more in there that we have to deal with. So we're going to do that. We're going to dig deep into the history. We're going to do some neurologic scans. They're all safe, simple, easy to do, where we're using thermography, we're using surface electromyograms, we're using heart rate variability, all depending on what's going on with the person and the age of the person. So we're going to be taking all that in, and then we're going to be doing good old-fashioned orthopedic testing. What's working right? What's not working right? Joints are designed to work. And in the spine, especially if things aren't moving right, like we have here, they're stuck. It literally changes the neurologic signals going from the body to the brain and the brain to the body. If a joint is working right, it sends some thumbs up signals, proprioception and mechanoreception. Those are the things that feed and fuel the brain. It gives it a thumbs up when they're working right, everything goes on. If things stop working right, it's kind of like in your car. If something stops working right, it starts sending off that check engine light signal going, hey, problem, 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 problem. And just like in your car, how long does that check engine light go off for? it goes off till you fix the problem. And so the sooner we can correct those things, the sooner we can help everything work right again, turn off those alarms that are going off in the nervous system. And that's how we get into that next level. Now we're going to explain this a lot deeper. We have the most thorough exam process in town. My love and passion is family care, starting with prenatal to infant to kids to taking care of the whole family. So you are in great hands here. I can't wait to do the exam and see what we can do to help. And so we're going to break that all down for you. I'm looking forward to seeing you. If you have to change your appointment or anything like that, if there's a problem with scheduling, give us a call, 464-0444, and we will see you very soon.